All right. First, we got to get out of the neighborhood and into the ravine. A little different weather today. Misty, a little cool. I'm still in shorts and a jersey, but it's one of those, if I stop, I'll be cold. If I keep going and exercise a bit, I'll warm up. So, it is what it is. We may just get rained on. It smells like cookies out here. I finally learned where that is. There's a Mr. Christie's cookie plant at O'Connor and St. Clair, and when the wind is right, it is beautiful. My hope is that this weather will make it not too crowded. We'll see. When I say my bike is not great for single track, you'll see what I mean. The slippery, steep stuff is just not comfortable for me. I find that if I go slow, trying to stop, my wheels just slide and it's terrifying, and I fall. And if I go fast, well, I go fast. And that's also, you know, especially when you see this lovely little bridge here, it's bad enough for me to walk across. So yeah, anyway, we'll take it slow. Oh, I see some folks have put some art here, and there used to be just that tile at the top. Now the next one, oh, it's a paper. It makes me think of some of Dagon's work. Dagon, did you do that one? It's awesome. And Love Thy Dawn. This is the Dawn River, by the way, so that's why the Love Thy Dawn thing was there. We are walking by the Dawn River. Used to be fairly industrial. Still not great in terms of cleanliness, but not terrible. You don't want to swim in it, but it's no longer quite what it used to be. I feel like in my mind it's one of those rivers you could have set on fire 50 years ago, and now it's not flammable so much, but it can be frothy and foamy. All right. Oh, sorry, we're going to stop here. See what I mean? Frothy and foamy. Can't quite get down there without my bike. Or with my bike, so I won't take you down. But we're at they call it Forks of the Dawn, where two branches merge into one big one, and we're going to go along that one big one. Let's see. And not to go too fast on here, one, because I'm not great on single track, and two, I don't want to run into anybody. But it's a great way, a bike's a great way on a track like this to make reasonable time in a quiet, otherwise quiet spot. Oh, look at this. The goldenrod. It's, one year I came out here, I think it was that spot, and there was just so much goldenrod. It looked like a mustard field in India. Once, when I was in better running shape, I actually did a run along this trail in winter, which, oh boy, was that cool. Oh no, this is where I got that other photo. But there was more. I think we're a little bit past the season for it. I took this bike down here once in the night, and as you'll see some places, I'm a little surprised I did it, because, or a little like scared after the fact, because wow, there were some places that were really close to the water that had I known, I probably would have gotten off and walked by. So like here, this was close. Maybe I wouldn't have walked there, but it's still a little tricky. Doo, doo, doo. Oh, squirrel. I read a weird not conspiracy theory. I don't think it's like a conspiracy. Oh, here comes somebody. Oh, let me just move out of your way.
Come on up. I'll get you.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. One more behind me.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, thanks. I think it was when I was recording or streaming. I thought I was streaming and I wasn't. I told all about it. The mountain bikers in this area, as you can see, they're really courteous. They tell you who's coming. They maintain this. They do cleanups down here. So yeah, it's lovely. So it's, and they, you know, in terms of people respectfully sharing a space, they really know how to do it. So on the right is the backside of our neighborhood, Thorncliffe Park. If you were to climb over that fence, and then on the other side of the fence is the GO train line, so there'll be commuter trains occasionally going by here. Not so much today, it's Sunday. And then you climb up the hill. There's a really nice running, for me running, some people mountain biking trail up on the side of that hill. I did that in the winter once as well. And it was, it's on the middle of that hill, so it's really interesting. Like, you can see on the one side it's like this nature place, and on the whole other side it's you know, it's a city. Those narrow places that might make me a little nervous. What can you do? Like this. This is one that if I had a mountain bike, probably someone more confident would do this without getting off. I'm going to get off. Because even there, my front wheel just slipped off. That might have been me going over the handlebars if it were real and riding, I mean. All right. I like these trails also because they challenge the idea that a city has to be crowded and dirty. There are parts that are crowded, some that are dirty, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I really discovered these in the pandemic, when I was just like, let me get out for anything. This is an old thing. Maybe you can see the sign up. Maybe I went too close. It says horse and rider only, no bikes, no people. I believe that's a really old sign. It used to be to the north of here, behind me, quite a ways behind me, a stable, and riders would ride along here. And this was you don't want to be someone to, a trail like this, to surprise a horse coming along at 20 kilometers an hour on your mountain bike. Doesn't go well for anybody, but now it's pretty much done. So I don't see any here today, but we also have some invasive plants that are not so nice. Giant hogweed I've seen. I can't remember the other one that looks just like that, a little smaller, but they look like Queen Anne's lace, but bigger. But they're phototoxic, meaning you get some of the sap on you, you're fine, and then you go into the sun and you end up with blistering chemical burns. People apparently go blind from giant hogweed if you get that in your eyes, and then, so, yeah. I've only seen it a couple of times. Actually, once, I think it was my birthday last year, I was doing a big loop in Scarborough, down near the water, and there's one park, and I was riding through, and it was way more overgrown than this, and then I got to a field that was full of that stuff, and yeah, this is, oh. Sure.
You know, like, I've been through it in different ways, like,
I don't know if he's streaming or talking to his buddy, but we're all talking to imaginary people. So yeah, this is another one that for me I have to walk through. Some people just go riding through. I'd worry about ending up down there. Not life-threatening, but kind of a pain in the tail. Alright, so you can see the train tracks on the other side. Bridge you see ahead, that's Millwood. I think I might have done some video of myself on that one, maybe not. It might have run out. Not a great one for bikes. There is a token bike lane on it, but the speed limit is really high. Last fall, no, 2020, fall of 2020, Dagan and I came out here and walked this one. This is another one. See, should be confident enough, but corner, narrow, yeah, I know. So, alright, but here's a place we can take a little walk and look around. Oh, look, some more tile work someone did. That's cool. There's also some a little bit of the graffiti or the artwork graffiti has been defaced a bit, but let's see some of it. Let's see the walk down the river. See how that's looking. There's another more rustic trail, I think, down here. So right above us is a really busy road, Millwood, and actually on the other side, if you go just a little bit further, is the Dawn Trail that most people take, which is paved and wide, and you'll find bikers and joggers and things. Here this is quieter, as you can see. And some places are a little prettier. I kind of like this overhanging tree. I think that's a willow tree. It's a type of willow. I may be wrong, but that bark is making me think willow. Maybe someone watching will know better. Let's find our way back to the trail. I like this view also. See, it's sort of disrupts the idea that cities have to be a certain way. I wonder, can we preserve this along with the other aspects we love about a city? Because I like the crowds. I like the transit that takes me anywhere really fast, and you need crowds to have that. Otherwise, it's if one person's going to ride the subway every half an hour. It's not going. You're not going to have a subway. So. I'm going to check my screen just to see, because it keeps turning itself off, and we're not going to do that this time. Looks like we're doing good. All right, folks. Lucky me. Lucky, hopefully lucky you. I guess, I don't know. Here we go. Oh, squirrel. Today I was walking by, just by our building, where there's a couple of pine trees. And it's a little bit wet out, as you can see, and I could smell the pine needles. Man, it was just like, I have to get out into the forest. Alright, we're going to do this one. Why not? Okay. That gave me butterflies. That's how tame I am. I felt a little like, oh, am I going to do it? It was fine. It's that balance of self-confidence such that you need a certain amount to actually succeed. I noticed that as I was going down, I'm like, if I slow down, that's a steep hill. I'm not going to make it up, and I'm going to fall because I'm clipped into my pedals. And so, I get to give extra, even when I thought, oh shit, this feels a little bit risky. That's true in almost anything you do on stage, in a job interview. Sometimes you just gotta double down when you don't feel like it. And we're going by the water treatment plant, sewage treatment, I think, which you would think with a name like sewage treatment plant it would smell really bad here, but it still smells like cookies. Hear the crickets? I don't know if it's filtering that out. Crickets and cicadas. Oh, this is a little new. Yeah. They must have just recently cleared this. Or maybe I just never noticed it. I always feel a little adrenaline on this trail because I don't know it that well. And it is a little technical here and there. I feel like, oh, maybe I'm not going to get it right. But it is really beautiful. And honestly, I think it's just about the right level for me. Now it smells like water. Like storm water, I guess. I don't know how to describe that. Ah, okay, this is kind of cool. We're going to go a different way, but just want to show you from here. See all those jumps? So someone down here has made like a BMX bike park for playing on your bike. I think there's someone down there now with a mountain bike. But if, you know, this isn't even a mountain bike. This is more of a, I guess you could use it on gravel. So it's not really like what I'm thinking of for this. The guy who's over there now is actually wearing basically a motorcycle helmet, which is a different level of competence and risk that I am not taking. see how this goes. So I guess we'll have to play this bite here. Oh yeah, this is it. This is another direction I'm not entirely sure how people manage. There are clearly tracks going under this bridge. Are they just going flat on their stomach? Because I am having to go with my head on the handlebars, basically. Get under here. Have a look at the river. I smell berries. I wonder if there's like raspberries somewhere nearby. Someone I follow on Facebook was saying they just got another crop of raspberries. Second one for the year, which is cool. Here, as you can see, very little technical. You know, when I say something is technical, it means basically any 14-year-old can manage this with no trouble. Not like this, no. Not with this bike. That's the last of the technical stuff. Now we're in Crowther's Woods, which you're seeing ahead of you. Used to be a landfill, a dump. They stopped putting trash in it, and it's come back. Let's park. A lot of mountain bike trails here. You know what? I was gonna do something different. I kind of like this route, and I want to show this to you because it's nice. It's a loop around it. It's called this. I think it's called the Sun Valley Loop. This is another one I did in the winter. And this makes me think of like little roads in Vermont where I grew up. You know, this is like going up to someone's house, and near the end of the dirt road, it eventually turns into just the driveway for their house. Let's get a little bit hilly here. Here I'm not talking a lot. That might be the biggest help of the trip today. And we'll loop back around. So over on the right, Sun Valley. Up until the 60s, late 60s, it was a landfill. And look at it now. Jesus, you see that? That squirrel had a crazy idea that it was going to run between my wheels. It did not. It gave up. Oh, there went a hole across the street. Did you see it? I don't know if it caught the little thing. I think it was a mole. Mole or a mouse. Oh, a little mud. We'll go around it. Tried taking that trail on the left once. That is steep and narrow and great for bikes like they were riding. Not so much for me. Oh, gray squirrel. We are basically looping back around the way we came. And that's where we came up. This time, we're going to turn left here. Notice this trail. I'm not going to take it today because it's a little overgrown. Oh, I say that. Who am I kidding? I'll take it. Oh, that's why it doesn't have a whole lot. It just goes to the train tracks. Lots of sumac down here. Like the flavor of it. I remember, oh my god, we had a neighbor in Pennsylvania when we lived there. We did not care for our lawn well, and we had some of that growing, and we actually liked it. I would eat that because you can dry the red berries, grind up that sumac powder. You'll have powder. You'll have it in sattar and stuff. It's kind of sour. You can also brew it into like a lemonade. This one woman was under the impression it was poisonous and was just like horrified. And one day she came out and was like, if you'd like, you can borrow my rose clippers. And we were like, nope, we're good. And then 2 days later, all of the sumac was beheaded. And we were like, hey, what the hell did you do? And we were like, I cut your things down because it's poisonous. And Sage was irritated and was like, well, why'd you just do that for? She's like, well, I offered you my rose clippers. So if you want to get something communicated to me, say it. Say, these plants, I don't like them. Please remove them. I don't do well with suggestions like that. Now we're on the trail that I was talking about on the other side, the Gone Trail. It's more popular. On the right, we passed Fish Ladder. Apparently recently, salmon have started coming back to spawn. So, because there's dams and things, they have to build things to help them get up. So they go leaping up there. I think spawning season is coming soon. I may be wrong, I don't remember. But the photos were always interesting. We got some good wildlife photographers in our area. There's some good equipment, so we get all that, you know, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom sort of footage. All right, we'll cross Pottery Road. We'll try another trail. Got this one tagger who does Devanagari in our neighborhood. It's not me, guys. It's not. That essentially says friend. It's Mitra. And there's one place where there's just so many tags all at once. Oh. Sure. Oh my god, did you see the dog? The dog wearing goggles on its bike seat? That was awesome. Also, the guy before it with the mustache. Friends of mine from the 80s in the US, maybe specifically from my class. The guy looked like an artist called John Robbins, who used to do a show called The Book Bird back in the late 70s, early 80s on PBS, on Public Broadcasting System, or they called it educational television back then. And he would read, to get kids interested in reading, he'd read a little bit of the book. And while he was doing it, he would draw illustrations. And I really loved it, because then it would be like, okay, I gotta go look for that. This road is Bayview. As you can see, it's wonderful to have a bike lane and a guardrail. Because who wants to be near all that nonsense, eh? Well, apparently these guys. But they are going really quickly. Yeah, people don't like sharing a bike lane. People going 40, 50 kilometers an hour if we can help it. Get it? See a bit of downtown there the way I'm coming. Alright. I had a different idea. Now I'm going to try a different way home. I thought I was going to go one way, but you know me. I come up with changes on the fly. Sometimes people dislike who are traveling with me, but Bacon rolls really well with those changes. Hey, instead of going to the Museum of Modern Art, let's go to Bottle Beach in New York City. All right. Sounds cool to me. So, we're going to cross here. Bicycle signal here, which I love. And there we go. something I think that I've seen just in the past 15 or so years, 15, 20 years. The off-leash dog park where they fence it in. And you don't have to walk your dog on a leash as long as they're well behaved enough not to be horrible to other dogs or people in the pen, and then they can just run. Sometimes it's like watching a kid's play group, like they're all like, oh hey, it's my buddy from what I always see here. So I have a direction in mind. Let's see if I remember how to do it. Distance. Gonna pass on your left. Thank you. Carefully there. Thank you. Since the last time I did this hill. Whoops. Almost to the top. I got slid a bit. And to be honest, that was an excuse to stop. I probably could have kept going. I'm gonna go now. Oh, sorry. Almost done. gorgeous houses here. Millions, tens of millions, I think. I think that's one of the coolest things for me about living here. Is you can drop down into the woods like that, be in the middle of nowhere, and then pop up like next 40-story high rises. The reason for that is a lot of that forest we were going through is now protected because there was a hurricane in the 50s, Hurricane Hazel, and it wiped out all the stuff in the bottom of that ravine. Alright, I'm going to turn left here, but I'm going to do it in a way that's comfortable, which is across the intersection. Now it's left. Pass on your left. Let's see how these guys share the road here. That's what the sign says. Look at that. They waited. I will admit though, they went a little further to the left than I would normally, so they didn't try. Otherwise they sometimes squeeze through. Oh, it's misting pretty bad now. That hill got my heart pumping. It's still I peaked at 178 my heart rate, and now we're at 165. Yeah, I know that's high for 50 something, but I literally last week checked in with my doctor about it, and they were like, does it ever get over 200? And I tell them no, except for that one time the day before I came down with COVID symptoms. She's like, fine, it's cool. So we're all different from what I've read also. All right. back over the river again. Subway goes beneath us. Got a headwind today, so sometimes I'll bomb across this really fast, but not today. It's amazing how a few flexi posts like that and some lines make this feel so different. So this didn't used to have a bike lane. It was one of those places I would just spin up as fast as I could, take the lane and just cross my fingers. Now, it's leisurely. I don't have to go this fast. There also used to be, at the other end, a terrifying little intersection where everybody was trying to go right across this lane to go on the interstate. Sorry, interstate, listen to me, I'm American. Don Valley Parkway. And for here, what I would just deal with that, because I'm going to turn left essentially, I would again spin up as fast as I could, merge with traffic, so 30, 40 kilometers an hour. Sometimes I would go all the way to the left lane, and then cross my fingers before I turn. But here, let's see, we'll probably see this segment. Right now it's up, see there you got the yellow light, so we're stopping here, and then it's going to let the cars get on. Bicycles stop. We take turns like civilized humans. Let me tell you, this is game changing for me for this intersection. Now I'm clear. Turn left here, but we're going to do another one of those comfortable turns so I don't feel I have to fight traffic and all that. So here's what we'll do. We're on Broadview for the Toronto people who know stuff. Passing Broadview Station. Watch the streetcar tracks. Toronto cyclists know this, especially if they're wet, especially if they're snowy. You can go down. Watching the mirrors and the drivers as I roll the doors out here. Watching for people who might be in the driver's seat or back seat opening. Nobody seems to be. My glasses are fogging up when I stop. There's someone in that car, so we'll street, checking her phone. Not opening her door. To know if the rate of door zone crashes has gone down. I feel like I haven't been spending as much time in cycling related forums. I feel like I haven't been hearing about people getting hit by doors lately either. I wonder if that's partly of more infrastructure than when I started in 2008. Maybe drivers are more aware, maybe cyclists are more aware. If that's the case, I'm happy. So that business called Psychic Place is boarded up. And I wonder if they knew it was coming. Second most common, maybe even first, at least when I was looking at this kind of stat, way of having a cyclist injury, getting hit by a car, let's say, was called the right hook. That one is not 100% avoidable, but it's when, let's say at a stop sign, I roll my way up to the front, the light turns green, I start going, I'm right next to a car decides they're going to do a right turn because they didn't know, because they didn't see me coming. So for me, the way I avoid that, again, not 100% avoidable, shit happens. I don't pass, like this guy who's turning, I won't pass him on the right, obviously. But if we were all at a stop sign or a intersection with a red light like this one, I'd pass him on the left. Easy peasy. Wind is coming. I feel like this is going to turn into an actual storm. Let's hope it waits until I get home. Oh shit, I don't care. It's pretty warm now for me. It was cold, a little chilly when I left. It felt a little chilly, but all this exercise, now I feel it. Someone's throwing Vaseline. That is some strong Vaseline. I was going to ask you if you could smell it. You can't smell it. You're not here. You can sort of see, maybe, especially if you're not a cyclist, how comfortable it is to ride here, let's say, with no bike lane and no barriers, than it is to ride where all those things are. Like on Bayview where we were, with a guardrail, none of that's going to be a problem. Here, a little tricky. Manageable. There's nobody behind me, so I'm going to go to the left lane. Let's see, I've got 7 seconds, 5 seconds. I'll make this left turn. There we go. Almost home. Now I smell frying onions. I kind of wish I could strain smells. There's a lot of good food smells and nature smells. At least on this trip. Not really any bad smells this time. We went under on the trail and went by the river. This is the Millwood Bridge. As you can see, it's not bad. Not horrible. But the lane is narrower. There's no flexi posts. Also, one very noticeable thing for me is that it just started where we were. And it's going to end a little bit after where we get off. So, what is the point? Bike lanes are great, but networks are better. Nobody behind me. I'm going to signal to stop here. Now the roadway for a car, you go straight, and then you turn right, and then you're on a road with a 50, maybe 60km/h speed limit across coast, and a lot of people coming from everywhere to go there. Not as good. So we're going to take the slower way. It's actually literally longer. I'm going to tie my shoe first. It's a lot quieter. Squirrel. He's going to try, yep. What is it about them today? And Sage and I were walking to the grocery store, one did that, and then ran right in front of us, which, you know, we're not going to step on the squirrel, we're walking. But then when it got to the road, and there was a giant bus there, and I've never seen one turn around and run so fast. It was literally cartoonish. Like, legs seem to be going everywhere. Back way takes me to the road we started on, which is kind of a U-shaped road, and we're on the opposite side of the U from where we are. To the left is the road I did not want to take, so we'll go to the right and circle around. They are getting bike lanes on that horrible road. That should help. But one of the things I learned early on that works for me for cycling in the city is you don't have to aim for speed. Now, I remember when I first started navigating, I had a bike map of the city. It was pretty incomplete in terms of coverage. And I had Google Maps, I think maybe even MapQuest in those days, but they did just directed for cars. And when they direct for cars, you end up on the fastest way to get there by car. Loads of wide lanes, not much traffic and high speed limits. And indeed, if you're on a bike, they are fast. For example, the roads are smoother. If you are a strong cyclist, you can get much faster. To give you an example, during the pandemic, when most people were just staying home and traffic was hardly any, I did try one day taking that. Instead of taking 65 minutes to get home from work, it took me 45 minutes. But I had to be on a road that was not nice. Otherwise, like today, I wouldn't take it. It's full of cars. I know lots of people from the suburbs who think either don't know how to manage around cars or feel I shouldn't be there. So I take trails, I take side streets. It takes longer, it's prettier, and generally speaking, 99% stress-free. So there you go. So let's see. We'll see what happens. in the elevator, which isn't really permitted, but they look the other way. I'm back into this space because, as you can see, you put them up like that, but I've got fenders. So with the fenders, it bends the fenders and then they push against the tire, and then the fenders will be switched very soon after. Not cool. All right, that's it. I'm gonna turn this off. Enjoy. Hope you had fun. I did.